I'm Sam Godfrey, Senior M&A Advisor at Evolution Capital. At Evolution Capital I sit within the transactions team. I work across the whole deal process, taking shareholders from day one when we initially engage with them and understand their business and do a light review of their business, all the way through to hopefully the successful completion of the sale of their business. I spent 8 years at PwC, joining in 2013. I qualified as ACA with them in 2016 and spent the last 6 years in financial due diligence. In financial due diligence, that really spanned across both buy and sell side for a range of different clients, that being PE firms, corporate and shareholder-owned companies as well. Range of deals has really varied from £20 million up to £2 billion, and this is also across sectors. I spent the last sort of 3 years of my work there and it's very much focusing on the technology sector. The real skill in financial due diligence is unpicking the true value in the company, especially on the buy side. That is really underpicking the quality of the earnings and really establishing a net cash position for our clients and putting them in the best light to get them the best price. As well as looking at the value schedules, you also need to pick up on the sort of key issues for the clients. That may be trading in a certain region or trading across certain products, really helping them understand where they're going to need to put their efforts into the business when they do eventually take over it. Range of deals has really varied from £20 million up to £2 billion, and this is also across sectors. I spent the last sort of 3 years of my work there and it's very much focusing on the technology sector. I wanted to move to Evolution Capital and do things differently, and especially work within a smaller firm. I feel working in a smaller firm brings different challenges. You become a very key part in the success of this firm and a very key part in understanding where the business will go over the next 2 years, especially where Evolution Capital are at now with the launch of the E-Accelerator service. I wanted to move into working across the whole sales process, as I can only imagine how rewarding it is when you take a shareholder from day one and really maximise the values of their company after working with them for say 6 to 18 months. And that in itself is going to be extremely rewarding. I think it's very clear from my first 6 weeks at Evolution Capital that the work and the fruit of the labour the team put in all comes to a head when you see and you exit a company and gain them the maximum value possible. So, over the first couple of months at Evolution Capital, we've been focusing on two things. One, Project Philadelphia, which is a deal we're very close to completing. I think this can be said for working not just on Project Philadelphia, but on many of the other deals that go on. You need to manage expectations, and with shareholders with a lot at stake, it's about managing personalities massively as well. Deals can go on for a long time and shareholders have not been in this environment a lot, so you need to keep reinforcing the resilience they've been showing and help them battle deal fatigue. And that's especially been the case on Project Philadelphia, and therefore now, after doing all of that, we're very close to crossing the line. So the first thing I think about is it's never a sprint. If you try and sprint, things are going to get found out along the way and you're going to be back to where you started. It's a marathon. At best, you may get away with a half marathon. So preparation in the early stages is absolutely key to success. This comes again with sort of managing expectations, especially on the valuation in their business, and managing expectation early on, but therefore you can then build in strategic plans with them over a set period of time to get them to where they want to exit at. And it's true when they say this, there's no two companies that are the same, so we need to really prepare them strategically and assess their options, and also embed sort of a level of preparation to get them through the due diligence process. And that is absolutely key, because if you have a sophisticated buyer, which more times than not they are, any issues that have not been uncovered will get unpicked and you can be back to square one once again. Second half of it is really helping develop this new E-Accelerator service and what the key elements of that will be. The E-Accelerator is an innovative way that Evolution Capital have looked at sort of the methodology and the services they've provided. You can split it into two parts. One, offering a new streamlined service where sellers can sort of cherry pick and pick and mix the services they want at what stage, whether that be understanding the valuation of the business at the start, moving on to a strategic review, or maybe if we all think they're ready, moving on to sort of the marketing phase. There's a second half of it, which is the portal, which is going to be a great tool for allowing buyers and sellers to interact quicker and also getting the right buyers in front of the right sellers in a streamlined manner. With everything that's happened over the last 12 to 18 months, sustainability for investors is top of their list. With that, you're seeing traditional investors who have been in different sectors, sort of hospitality, travel and retail, are now moving into this sector because managed services can offer sort of sustainable recurring revenues and gross margins. So that is a huge plus in a world where cash flow management is now absolutely key. Cash flow management. We're seeing also a change in strategy or change in focus where companies with portfolios that have come under pressure in the last 12 months are looking to diversify that portfolio. So therefore, there are lots of more investors that implement a sort of a buy and build strategy. I think with the remote learning that's really kicked in over the last 12 months, there's now a new way of people wanting to work, and that will require technology advances so they can get on-demand advice and services as soon as possible. And that's where the portal really comes in. So it's caused Evolution Capital to really sort of take a step back, look at how we can use technology to benefit the service we provide. And the future is being able to use technology to our advantage. And with technology, which the common myth is, it makes our life easier and makes the work we do faster. On the flip side, it increases the demand on us. So we need to be up to scratch with that demand and be able to meet these expectations. As I said before, cash flow management now is going to be absolutely top of the list for investors. So there's a huge focus on sustainability. It doesn't mean a global pandemic is going to come back next year, but there may be other challenges that they need to face. So have they got the robust preparation? The pandemic's going to come back in their business model that are going to match that going forward. The pandemic's going to come back next year. Resilience in their business model